Hi, this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, June 16th, 2019. Looking at fire potential impacts over the next few days, we are not looking at any significant large fire potential. We will see some seasonal temperatures along with scattered showers and moderating humidity and light winds through early this week. Over the past 24 hours, there was quite a bit of precipitation that fell across the Great Basin. You can see that Utah was mainly the focus of this precipitation as well as the Arizona Strip. And there were quite a few lightning strikes across the southern part of the Great Basin. Great Basin fire activity is slowly beginning to pick up. There is a new fire in southwestern Idaho. Looking at observed precipitation over the past 7 and 14 days, you can see that things have dried out a bit over the past 7 days. We've transitioned to more of a summer-type pattern with scattered showers and thunderstorms, which don't produce quite as widespread of coverage as the larger storms that we were seeing earlier this spring. ERCs are still generally below the 50th percentile across the area. There are some blank areas on the map where those obs were not reported yesterday, but you can see generally that ERCs are still well below normal. We're looking at 100-hour fuels this morning rather than ERCs because it's interesting to note that pretty precipitous drop in 100-hour fuel moisture, especially across southwestern Idaho where that new fire is. So while ERCs are still relatively low across southwestern Idaho, you can see that the 100-hour fuels have dropped pretty significantly and are drier than normal across southwestern Idaho, and that is where we saw that new fire just southwest of Boise. Looking at live fuel moisture, these are just from some of the few sample sites that we have observations from. You can see that sagebrush moisture is well above normal still for the time of year. Continuing to look at fuels, the map on the left shows those 10-hour fuels, the 10-hour fuel moisture. And you can see that those finer fuels are beginning to dry out, with the driest conditions across far southern Nevada and southwestern Utah, as well as a corner of southwestern Idaho and northwestern Nevada. The image on the right is showing that soil moisture anomaly, which is also helpful to kind of get a sense of which areas are the driest. And you can see southwestern Idaho, northern Nevada are some of the drier areas across the Great Basin, and that lines up with that new larger fire that we saw in southern Idaho. Satellite this morning shows a disturbance moving across the southern part of the Great Basin, central southern part of the Great Basin, and we are seeing some shower and thunderstorm activity this morning associated with that disturbance. For today, we do have quite a bit of moisture in place across the southern part of the Great Basin, and we are expecting some showers and thunderstorms associated with that moisture. If you look at our significant fire potential map on the right, you can see some yellow on the map across parts of southern Utah and the Arizona Strip, as well as a small area in Idaho. Looking in more detail at today's weather, the image on the left shows those areas that we are expecting to see those showers and thunderstorms, mainly focused across the southern half of the Great Basin. Winds will be quite light today, although in the vicinity of showers and thunderstorms, winds could be rather gusty and erratic. As we move into Monday, we keep that moisture in place across the southern part of the Great Basin. We will continue to see showers and thunderstorms with that moisture in place. Looking at that in a little more detail, you can see from the image on the left, a larger portion of the Great Basin is expected to see that shower and thunderstorm activity on Monday. Winds will continue to be light, but again, in the vicinity of showers and thunderstorms, we will see gusty and erratic winds. Moving into Tuesday, that moisture begins to move off to the southeast as we see drier air make its way into the northwestern part of the Great Basin. You can see much more limited shower and thunderstorm activity expected on Tuesday across the area. And again, we'll see pretty light winds, although there is a potential for some winds in the 15 to 20 mile an hour range across southwestern Idaho. And if we still have that fire in place, that could be an impact. So over the next 3 days, we are expecting to see a fair amount of precipitation across the Great Basin, mainly in the form of showers and thunderstorms, and that will be focused across the southern half of the area. As we move into Wednesday, we will see generally northwesterly winds across the Great Basin, and not much in the way of moisture. Moving into Thursday, that changes again as models begin to hint at another system making its way across the northern part of the Great Basin. This will begin to cool temperatures a bit across the area, as well as send some moisture back up into the southern part of the Great Basin. And so in the 4 to 5 day period, pretty dry across the Great Basin. Not much in the way of precipitation is expected. And as we move into Friday, we're looking at the potential for another weather system impacting the area. Again, models are not in great agreement as far as the timing and the location of the system, but they are hinting that we will see some more unsettled weather next weekend. Then moving into Saturday, you can see that weather system make its way through the area. So in the 6 to 7 day period, again looking at the potential for some shower and thunderstorm activity, this time mainly across the northern part of the Great Basin. And then looking again at the 7 day total. In the 8 to 14 day outlook, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for below normal temperatures across the area with the potential for above normal precipitation across the north. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thank you.